back in the days, did you do burlesque? And he was like, oh yeah, it was our first private jet.
No.
I was like, okay.
Did you know that there is a metal festival with 150 bands held inside a medieval military fortress? And I sat down with the organizers to get a unique behind-the-scenes look at everything you need to know about brutal assault, including some bizarre stories about vegan blood rituals, Motorhead's extreme demands, spa hotel for old-timers like me, and a lot more.
What are some of the headlines on this year's version of the festival? Some of the big bands.
If we have to speak about the headliners, we can mention Opeth, there is Kerry King, there is Karnivool, there is Bloodfire Dead, and many more to be mentioned, but in general, like, I'm not 100% for the idea of complete headliners. We just want to have some bigger bands, some middle bands, and it's all about the entire lineup.
There are 150 bands. This is over 4 days. So you can actually kind of create your own festival.
Sure.
And that's what I see that people are doing. You know, like, some people are on the big stages. There are 4 stages, like 3 larger ones, and then one kind of more of the octagon. And you can actually kind of design your own festival in a way, which is really, really interesting, because I have seen some people that are watching my YouTube videos, they're saying, oh, I love this band, and I didn't even know that band was on the festival. We always hear these stories about those stars, you know, metal and rock stars, that they have some extreme demands. Have you ever had a band ask for something that you just couldn't do? Has there ever been someone that you wanted to come get and play at your festival that asked for something you were like, no, we can't do that? There was not like Ozzy with the M&Ms or whatever.
Thomas is quite known for like being vegan for decades, and usage of real animal blood, because sometimes for the bands who are like really into it, it's a no-go to use like fake blood. So there are things how to go through this with using like a human donor. So
Which is even more interesting.
And it's like, okay.
More metal, actually, I think.
Well, let's say, yeah, so talking about such a things.
Back in the days, like Motorhead, were like we really wanted them to play, and they were booked on Siget Festival. And I just told them that we have to do it on Thursday, whatever, and they said that they need to be in England on Saturday, and that it's not really luxury and doable in a bus, and that in such cases they need to use a private jet. And I was like, well, it's gonna be expensive. So I just requested it. At the end, it was quite okay-ish, and they said otherwise we are not gonna play. And so we made it happen. And then the next, last year I met a friend from Bloodstock who used to work for Motorhead, and I was like, oh, back in the days, did you do burlesque? And he was like, oh yeah, it was our first private jet.
No.
I was like, okay, great, that's a great one. So sometimes you do have stories like that, and it's interesting.
This is the 30th year that the festival is, or 30th, it's the 30th time that the festival takes place. Have there been bands where you saw them, they were young or new, or you didn't really know them, and you thought, okay, this is going to be big, this band is going to blow up?
No, I remember I saw Behemoth years ago when they were small. They came in a van, had a big drinking party with beers. They were soaked up with beer, and the driver refused to take them back if they look like this. So
Okay, we talk about like
they had to change their dress to get back home.
Have you ever, what I mean is that have you ever spotted someone that then, I don't know, Architects, for example, I think that they played...
Sure, Architects is one of the cases, or Gojira. That the first time we booked them, it was 2006. And they came for 800 euros, and well, the question is, I was not sure if they are gonna be big, but I knew that it's a super great band which I have
Something
to introduce,
special, yeah.
and it was very special to me.
And
what happened was another story.
So you basically got Gojira to the Olympics?
Oh, yeah.
You got Motorhead, their first private jet.
The line was a little bit curly.
That's what I'm sometimes saying. You know who made the Olympics happen for Gojira, but it's not really true. We all know it.
This festival draws such a wide crowd. It's from all over the world. It's all sorts of people. There's old people, young people, fat people, slim people. It's just everything. And most people that I tell that I go to Brutal Assault, they're like, oh, isn't that scary? You know, no, it's actually probably my most friendly weekend of the year. You know, it's the only place that I could go and I could get wasted and I wouldn't be worried at all. I mean, I don't get wasted because I'm busy watching the bands, but you know what I mean. So I think that's very, very fascinating, actually.
I've heard that a lot actually about the festival, like from various social groups. You know, that they're surprised by the friendliness of the atmosphere.
So if I speak about the European countries, then obviously people from the Czech Republic, then Poland and Germany, but then Austria and Slovakia and partly Hungary. So it's Austrian-Hungarian Empire, that's kind of the base. But then France, UK, Italy. But if we do speak about the people from out of Europe, then we do have over 150 people from USA, like
South America, right?
kind of 30 people from Denver, which is amazing. Then we do have a lot of people from Brazil, but from Colombia, which was very surprising. It was like about 70 people. 70 people from Mexico, people from Canada, over 100 from Australia, which is brilliant. So from that perspective, it's really diverse thing, and it's great to see that it's working out together, and all people do have such a keen to sacrifice their money and try to go every year for that vacation, which I am super proud that we do feel this thing the same way.
I've been going to festivals since before mobile phones and internet, and then festivals were kind of just music. There was almost nothing. I mean, there was a music, there was food, there was a toilet. There was not a cinema, there was not a drum clinic, there was not a whatever, some gladiator fight. Like these things, you do a lot for the crowd that comes there that is not just the music. I mean, it's music related somehow or culturally related to the music or something like that. Has this been something that you feel that I don't know, do the visitors want this, or did you just think, okay, let's try this?
Oh, it's pretty easy. The way I do think about festival, it's like its own municipality. And every city, every town do have shops, do have culture centers and whatever. And the point of view comes from the fact that even though that you do have maybe 30 bands you would be technically able to see in a day, you are not able to swallow, or so to say,
Consume that
amount, and then you can do maybe 8-10, but then you have a lot of spare time you need to spend in the same area. So we just want to make it super interesting, and that every minute you have something to do and something which brings your attention and something which comes from the musical background. So basically we want to make a good facilities for our fans and make it very enjoyable environment.
Now, so it's music, it's fun, but we always need to eat. How has the food changed? I mean, if you go back to the early days of the festival, I guess it was just a sausage, bread, and ketchup, and a beer. Now I can have vegan Asian food, and I can have burgers in 7 different versions. You know, how has this developed?
And what we do, we try to find vendors that are doing authentic food.
Okay.
So if we have a Mexican food, it's done by Mexicans. If you have Vietnamese food, it's done by Vietnamese, etc. So yeah, they're very strictly picked vendors that are doing the best we can get on the market here.
There are some new things coming this year, right? The camps are bigger. There's a spa hotel, I think, that I read about. So what's new?
Yeah, these are maybe not like brand new stuff, but we are trying to make it better or more comfy and this and that. And for the hotel, yeah, we just thought that visitors maybe just want to have some rest, some extra services.
Yeah.
So we found a nice spa hotel where you can do all the procedures you can imagine. They have it on site. For example, like the car by tent option, where you can park your car directly next to your tent without any barrier or fencing or anything. Every year we got a collector's ticket, but this year we tried to like resurrect the idea, and we have done something like never before in the history of Brutal Assault. It's very like the design is very nice, and it's very playful. You can play with the tickets in. It's nice.
As festival is growing, people are also getting older, and you don't stand the same background if you are 20 or if you are 40. That's why you have everything from the tent up to the hotels, when you can also have a massage, because your kind of more tired body requires more
Tell me
services.
about it. I mean, I show up
Exactly.
to Brutal Assault now with a massage foam roller that I roll my back and my legs when I come home in the evening. First time I went there like 15 or 16 years ago, 15 years ago, if somebody would have told me you'll be coming here in 15 years with a foam roller to massage your legs, I would say, fuck you.
See,
but now I was thinking, when I saw the spa
age.
hotel, I thought, oh, this is great. I
Sure.
take some girl with me, we could have a nice time.
And that's exactly what I want to connect it to. That all everybody's got different desires, but then you can experience Brutal Assault like on a side, and when you are in the hotel, you can just chill out, and they can give you massage, and it could be super like chilling. So you can have now two perspectives in one experience, which is
Most people will tell you that the best beer tastes the best after the sauna. So I would say the best massage or whirlpool is after spending the evening in the crowd.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is a trimmed down version of a much longer episode, and you can actually find the full version in the first comment below.